Are you ready for a shocking truth? Most of us listen with the intent to reply, not to understand. It's said that we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we should listen twice as much as we speak. But how often do we truly listen? Today, we're diving deep into the transformative power of active listening and how it can strengthen your relationships. You'll discover how to understand others better, respond effectively, and develop stronger, more meaningful connections. So stick around to unlock the secret of active listening that can make you a better friend, partner, or leader. And don't just hear, listen, because this skill might change your life. Number 9. What really is active listening, and how can it strengthen your relationships? Active listening is a gem hidden in plain sight, a skill that once honed can revolutionize your relationships. It's more than just lending an ear. It's about being fully present, attuned to the speaker's emotions and perspectives. It's an art, a dance of communication where you don't merely wait for your turn to speak, but deeply engage in the conversation. Active listening is not an easy feat, particularly when emotions run high. It requires emotional control, a keen sense of awareness, and genuine intention. And the reward? A strong bond and deep-run connection with those around you that truly matter. Always keep in mind that active listening is not just about staying quiet. Rather, it's about understanding, reflecting, and responding. This means completely involving yourself in the speaker's world, capturing their thoughts, emotions, and the essence of their message. It's about validating their feelings and showing empathy, cultivating a sense of safety and trust. But beware, active listening is not a one-time act. It's a habit and a conscious choice that you make to prioritize understanding those around you. It requires effort, patience, and emotional intelligence. It's not always easy or comfortable, but the reward is profound. Active listening doesn't magically erase disagreements or difficult conversations, but it does create a safe space for those conversations to happen. It allows for genuine understanding and respect, reducing the probability of unnecessary misunderstandings. When combined with empathy, active listening becomes a superpower, a communicative tool that bridges gaps, diffuses tension, and nurtures intimacy. It's the pathway to deep, meaningful connections, to a mutual understanding that forms the bedrock of any thriving relationship, making them more fulfilling, more respectful, and more intimate. It's a gift that you give to your loved ones and yourself, a gift that keeps on giving. But how can you unlock this precious skill? Number 8. Remember that it's all about the speaker, not you. Active listening is the unsung hero in relationships, the magic potion that can transform communication. It's not just about silence, but about understanding, truly hearing what the other person is saying. Michael Batshaw, an expert in relationships, puts it perfectly. To listen is to learn, not just to respond. It's about being fully present, not plotting your next counterargument. As renowned psychologist Terry Orbuch notes, a successful conversation has 2 players, the speaker and the active listener. Perfecting both roles will dramatically enhance your communication. In the words of personal development pioneer Stephen Covey, many people listen not to understand, but to reply. They're engrossed in their own internal dialogue, either judging the speaker or themselves. This self-absorption makes genuine listening impossible. Remember, it's not always about you. Try not to take things personally. Your partner is sharing their experiences, which may not even be about you. When you listen with your heart, you create a safe haven for vulnerability and deeper connection. Active listening is the bridge to that connection. Cross it, and watch your relationships flourish. Number 7. Focus on the person speaking and give them all your attention. Active listening requires a level of focus that transcends merely hearing words. It's about engaging with the speaker, maintaining eye contact, and being present in the moment. It's about resisting the urge to jump in with solutions, knowing that sometimes all someone needs is a safe space to vent. People often share their problems not seeking solutions, but empathy. They want to be heard, to feel understood. So before you rush in with advice, pause, listen, and let them lead. As Terry Orbuch highlights, eliminating distractions is vital. Turn off your devices, quiet your mind, and focus solely on the person before you. Show them you're all ears with your undivided attention. Remember, the secret to being a good listener lies in your ability to focus on the speaker, to truly see them and hear their story. Number 6. In the intricate dance of communication, your body language speaks volumes. That's right. Active listening is a whole body experience. Your movements, your gaze, your posture, all of these signal your engagement or disinterest. To show you're truly listening, hold eye contact, lean forward, shelve distractions, respond with reassuring facial expressions. These nonverbal cues communicate empathy and interest, reinforcing your verbal responses. Remember, it's not just about reading the speaker's signals, but also about being aware of your own. By aligning your body language with your intent to listen, you create a powerful connection that words alone can't capture. Show them that their feelings matter and watch your communication deepen. Number 5. The key to active listening is reflective listen. Summarizing the other person's thoughts in your own words can be an incredibly potent tool when it comes to active listening. In order to ensure that their voice echoes, not just in your ears, but in your words, try paraphrasing their thoughts and then verifying its accuracy with them. It not only assures them that their words have been heard and understood, but also gives you an opportunity to validate their feelings. This simple act dissolves barriers, as it confirms their message was heard and understood. And well, validation is equally important. So be sure to acknowledge your loved one's feelings without judgment, supporting their right to experience their emotions fully. Remember, validation doesn't mean agreement. It simply means understanding. When you reflect their sentiments and validate their emotions, you offer them the gift of being truly heard and understood. Once you master these skills, watch your connections transform into powerful bonds of trust and understanding. Number 4. Don't make assumptions. Try asking questions instead. In addition to understanding what your partner, friend, or colleague said, you also want to make sure you completely understand how they feel. For instance, you might think your friend is angry with you, when in reality, they might just be frustrated about something else. So don't jump to conclusions or make assumptions. Instead of offering your views on your partner's issue, ask more clarifying questions. Always try to encourage dialogue with open-ended questions, signaling your active listening and interest. Such questions allow the other person to steer the conversation, broadening your understanding. But remember to avoid leading questions as much as you can, since they might reveal your bias, detracting from active listening. Good listeners always appreciate the power of inquiry and let the other person elaborate on their problem. This not only opens up space for emotional clarity, but also gives you the chance to avoid overthinking during their sharing. Because if your mind is racing while the other person speaks, you might be crafting the perfect response. But this distances you from the present moment, so you should always strive to simply be and fully absorb their words. Number 3. Steer clear of being defensive. Often, listeners get caught in the cycle of defensiveness, shifting the conversation's focus and leading to escalating arguments instead of constructive discourse. Unchecked emotions may lead to defensiveness, a symptom of feeling threatened. So instead of labeling your emotions objectively, be it resentment, discomfort, or any other feeling, and maintain your commitment to active listening, even in the face of defensiveness. Impulsive reactions during moments of defensiveness can further amplify the conflict, and it's not uncommon for listeners to shift the discussion's focus onto themselves when trapped in a defensive mindset. But this simple strategy turns even complex conversations into opportunities for positive outcomes. Number 2. Be open-minded and detached from personal biases. Holding on to rigid beliefs can limit your ability to truly absorb another's viewpoint, causing defensive reactions when confronted with differing opinions. The key is not to eliminate opinions, but to hold them loosely enough to remain open to fresh insights and alternate perspectives. For instance, using past instances as ammunition during a defensive moment can derail the conversation. Unless directly relevant, refrain from dwelling on the past. It's important for us to realize that life is constantly evolving, and the acceptance of change, Especially uncontrollable change aids active listening. Yes, everyone's worldview and beliefs are unique. Constantly comparing others' words with your beliefs can create resistance and hinder open listening. Instead, you should try to accept the difference between your truth and others' reality. Keep in mind that active listening is more than just responding or formulating your own arguments. It involves quieting your inner debater and focusing on listening instead. The problem occurs when debaters listen to prove their point, not to understand. Recognizing this tendency and refraining from dismissing or avoiding the conversation can make you a better listener. This is why it becomes crucial to avoid debating, because active listening is more than just responding or formulating your own arguments. Remember that everyone processes information uniquely, and this diversity adds richness to our interactions. By viewing the conversation as a collaborative experience and trying to understand the other person's perspective, we foster a deeper connection and mutual understanding. Number 1. Mediation can be a powerful tool to enhance your listening skills. Mediation can open the doorway to improved listening skills, because at the end of the day, tranquil mind is an open mind. Mediation invites introspection, unearthing one's true self that often lies beneath years of accumulated stress and negativity. It sharpens awareness, promotes focus, and minimizes distractions. And if you make mediation a part of your routine, it will definitely be beneficial for achieving your goal of active listening, because when you're engaged in conversation, this amplified focus and awareness for mediation lets you fully comprehend both spoken words and body language, which is often overlooked while communicating. Thank you for watching. We hope you will adopt these techniques and become an active listener. Stay tuned for more exciting content like this.